Hi, this is Byron from Path to Mastery Online, and that was March Down the Mountain. In this lesson, we are going to be talking about mindset and its role in learning the guitar, how to have a positive view on mistakes, alternate picking, and how we want to incorporate that into our playing, and ways to memorize the pattern of notes to where we can focus on our hands rather than looking at music. And a couple of things about practice with regard to what we're looking to get out of it, some processes that will help you to go into a practice session with a positive attitude, and then some specific actionable tips on how to practice this particular song. So to start with, we want to talk about mindset. And in Dr. Carol Dweck's research over 20 years at Stanford University, she came up with two predominant mindsets, and the first one is a fixed mindset, where one believes that they're born with all the talent or intelligence they're going to have, and it's a finite quantity and it cannot be improved. On the other hand, growth mindset believes that your talent and intelligence can always be improved through hard work. So if as long as I'm working hard, looking at my mistakes and learning from them, I'm going to get better. I'm going to learn more. Therefore, I'm going to be more intelligent. My ability is going to be much bigger. Now, this whole lesson series, everything that Path to Mastery does is based on growth mindset. Because it's my belief that if I'm willing to look at my mistakes, then those mistakes have within them the exact information that I need to get better. And so much so that I think this is important, that every lesson I'm going to be mentioning it, because we're going to make a lot of mistakes, and that's how we're going to improve. And I want you to be able to identify your mistakes, and I want you to be able to get the information out of each mistake that's going to help you to move on and to get better. So when we're going into a practice session, we need to know that the first 10 repetitions are probably going to be horrible. That's just how it is. That's how it is for everyone. But the thing is, if I go listen to one of my favorite guitarists, and I was privileged enough to go in and listen to the warm-up session, in the first 5 or 10 minutes, you're probably going to see them shaking their head, not having a really great time because they're warming up. And when we warm up, we're not at our best. We're already at our worst for that day. But the thing is I'm listening to that guitarist that I really love, and it sounds great. It's because their worst has gotten a lot better. So know that every time we keep practicing day in and day out, our worst is getting better, as is our best. But the first 10 are probably not going to be great. Know that. Expect it. But between 10 and 20, it's going to start getting better, and between 20 and 30, better still. So once again, the harder we work, the more we pay attention, the better we're going to get. And we're going to figure it out. So let's look at March Down the Mountain. It's quite simple. We're playing 2 half notes per string. We go first string, second string, third string, fourth string, fifth string, sixth string, fifth string, sixth string. So knowing the pattern from 1 to 6, playing 2 2-beat notes on each string, and then we do the fifth string and the sixth string. Now, this is a pretty simple pattern, but we want to apply that same thing to every other piece that we learn. We can break it down, no matter how small we need to do it, into something simple. And then we'll do a whole lot of repetitions on that until it's automatic. And then we move forward. And we're going to talk about a process in a later video that we want to apply. For right now, we just want to identify that pattern. And we want to play through it. Our first and foremost goal being alternate picking. So we want to alternate pick. We want to make sure that we're going from string to string. If we make mistakes, what your mistakes on this piece will probably be telling you is you need to control your movements a little bit more. And what we're doing is creating a map in your brain about where these strings are. The first 5 songs in the series are all just right hand, because the right hand is so important in creating the sound, but also it's really important for it to be able to do its job and us not to really look at it. So, practice tips. Number 1, 10 to 20 strikes of each string to start off every practice session. Then I would listen to the backing track and listen to the guitar playing your part and get that in your head. This is one of the most important things in this curriculum, because we want to be able to hear it so we know how it's supposed to go, we know the rhythm, and then we can just worry about playing. So then I would play it once through the whole thing. This pattern happens 4 times, and then at the very end, got a 4-beat note on the 5th string, and then actually an 8-beat note on the 6th string. So I would listen to it a whole lot, do the repetitions, and then play it through, with the goal being making sure you're alternate picking. And the more you do it, the more familiar you're going to get, and it's just going to become automatic. And I would stick with this until it feels really easy and you're not making mistakes. But when you're not making mistakes, go to the next lesson, because if you're not making mistakes, you're not learning. The whole thing is to get in that sweet spot where it's just beyond our ability and we're making the really good mistakes so we can get to the next level, and then we go to the next piece. So let's really look at the mindset and have a positive attitude towards mistakes. And we'll see you next lesson, where we will talk about the song Waterfall. See you then.